So I had this 19-year-old boy referred to me for some speech issues. I got a call saying that they wanted me to consult with him. They didn't really have a diagnosis for him. They just said, "Can you please consult with him?" Were you born with this condition, the speech?
I don't really know. And I was in 5th grade, in like 5th, 6th grade. Like I didn't used to do like that much. Like I was really minor.
It definitely was something going on that was affecting his quality of life.
I was like really strict. Like he just.
And he said he didn't really remember having it as a child, but it started to develop. And his unfortunate situation was he came from a very strict family where academics were ingrained into his everyday routine. He was not allowed to go and play with the kids in the park. He had to sit home with a tutor and do his studies. And his tutor would test him, quiz him every single day. And if he did poorly on his exam, he would get beat.
And like if I did something wrong, he hit me up a lot like this, like wow. And my mom came like, oh yeah, if you don't study, just hit him up.
So you used to get beaten
by my tutor.
That was happening for several years, and the speech issue has been developing and getting more and more severe, to the point where he just graduated high school and he doesn't want to go to college because he's embarrassed about his speech. As we're going through this interview, I see something in his neck that was kind of screaming or calling out at me. I go to him and I just grab the back of his neck and I start compressing with my index finger and my thumb on his atlas, his first cervical vertebrae. And as I'm compressing on one side, his spasms and tics are getting worse. As I compress the other side, they're actually getting better. So I hold pressure, I sustain the pressure, and he's having a normal conversation. And his uncle, who's sitting next to me, is kind of freaking out. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, there's nerve pressure in his neck." And this happened because of all the trauma he's been getting, or he's been sustaining from getting beat. So we decided to take some x-rays. We decided to do a thorough examination, and we found what's called a critical atlas. So if we're looking at this from the front, this is the right side, this is the left side. And what was going on with him is he had a second cervical vertebrae that was misaligned and wedged up on the left side. And then he had a atlas which was wedged on the right and rotated. And as you can see, if you start to create these, this is normal opening where the spinal cord kind of goes through. With these misalignments, and I'm going to now make the misalignment with my hands, you can kind of see what it does to the canal where the spinal cord sits. It kind of distorts it and creates a lot of tension. Now, with his particular situation, he was getting hit here. And again, it threw the second cervical up to the left, and it misaligned the atlas to the right. After only one adjustment of the critical atlas, his symptomatology and appearance completely changed. And when you look at the second video, it's literally 3 or 4 days after his first adjustment. How did you do after I adjusted you a couple of days ago, right?
Yeah, I was working like so much, like with my mom, dad, and like with my parents too.
They noticed the difference?
Yeah, they were like, "Oh shit."
How about your girlfriend? How about your girlfriend?
Yeah.
I'm asking him, how his quality of life, what's the biggest change in your life? And he said to me that his biggest change was being able to order pizza on the phone. That was his biggest change. Things that you and I take for granted every single day. And he is going to be applying to college. He will be going to college. He's doing very well.
I was just like kept talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. Like I was so happy. I was just talking and talking. And like, oh.
Okay, so we're on the right track. We found the nerve pressure that's causing the speech, okay? And we're going to work on it for a little while, and day by day it's going to get better for you, okay?